Keep quiet. If my kinsmen see us together, they will kill us both. I need your help. My tribe seeks the Vengeful Eye, a token of Malakath's favor. When we find it, we will march to the nearest stronghold and raze it to the ground. Then the next, and the next. I want you to find the Vengeful Eye and take it from this place. If it's never found, there is no Vengeful March. My tribe returns to the Reach. The stronghold remains standing. We both win. My tribe reveres Malakath, but we are nothing to him. This fighting with Hrothgar's orcs serves to amuse a Daedric prince. Nothing more. The Hag Ravens would know the moment I held it in my hands. Better if I never even saw the thing. Somewhere in these catacombs. Likely among the grave goods. We've searched one wing thoroughly without success. I expect it will be found in the other.
heard there is a troublemaker wandering these parts.
Did you find the Vengeful Eye? Do you have it with you? Good. Don't show it to me. The Hag Ravens know things about those who serve them. I'm not... You know, I never expected to actually find it. I don't know what should happen next. Long ago, two Orc brothers tried. They planned to melt it down in the forge near Malakath's great statue. But one heard whispers, slew his kin, and took the Vengeful Eye for himself. Not the best idea. My ancestor killed him and took it off his corpse. Mercedine, Beast of the Reach, daughter of Evandine Tusk Collector, made general in the siege of Old Orsinium for her abject ferocity. We're a pale shadow of what she was, thankfully. A vengeful march across Hrothgar, from here to the statue of Malakath. According to the Hag Ravens, its bearer will carry Malakath's blessing. With the champion of the Winterborn crowned by Malakath, we could then march on Orsinium. The orcs of this land want anything related to Malakath, so maybe they'd pay for it. I don't know. I've never been to Orsinium. I hear it's big. Although, giving it to them will make Orsinium a target for my tribe. Don't think too long. Destroy the Vengeful Eye at Malakath's statue, or dedicate yourself to vengeance in its shadow. Sell it in Orsinium for all I care. But do it before the Hag Ravens read the entrails, or the Winterborn will come for you. Now to make a show of helping with the search. Hopefully we'll soon be gone, as should you be.
This is a great discovery. Why can't she... 10 years. Shirella and I spent 10 years looking for the tomb of Baloth Bloodtusk. Now that we find it, She says it's not his. Our moment of glory. Why would she ruin it? Baloth Bloodtusk was an orc hero, cruelly slain by Gaiden Shinji in a rigged duel, and buried in a tomb lost to time, lost until now. There should be a day to celebrate orc heritage. Instead, Shirella spouts nonsense. Shirella swears this is Gaiden Shinji's tomb. Orc stone in orc lands, honoring the murderer of Hrothgar's greatest hero? Preposterous. I'll be grateful if you get through to Shirella. I already wrote Orsinium about our findings. Can you imagine if she denies Baloth Bloodtusk's tomb in front of the king's people? I could never live it down. Baloth Bloodtusk was the finest warrior to call Hrothgar home. Some say he was an avatar of Malakath himself. Those people are idiots. The wild boar died, just like anyone else. Don't believe the tales. He didn't wrestle giants, slay dragons, or ride a giant bear. But he carved out a place for my people when orcs were seen as little more than beasts. Had Gaiden Shinji not betrayed him, Daggerfall and Sentinel would be orc cities. 30 years into the siege of Old Orsinium, Gaiden Shinji challenged Baloth Bloodtusk to determine its fate. As the defenders watched the duel, Shinji's order of Diagna slipped inside and opened the city doors. My people were slaughtered, and then it's unclear. According to legend, Baloth Bloodtusk's fury at the honor of men drove Shinji to defeat. But rather than lose a duel, Shinji ordered 10,000 archers to kill them both. And that was that. The story is told in every orc stronghold. No matter the variation, Baloth Bloodtusk always ends up betrayed in his duel with Gaiden Shinji. The few surviving orcs from Old Orsinium had every reason to hate Shinji. Shirella's theory is career-ending madness. Denying the tomb of Baloth Bloodtusk to this king? The Orsinium Guard will have her slowed march to Friendship Gate. How can a Hrothgar scholar find work if she's banished from Hrothgar? Baloth Bloodtusk was the finest warrior. Don't believe the tales. He didn't... I know, foolish, isn't it? It was King Torug who rode the giant bear. Everyone knows that.
So much to do, so little time.
Zithore keeps...
You won't
I followed the researchers for months. They feed me and let me sleep in the equipment tent. I should probably ask for a job, but I don't want to ruin a good thing.
I saw you speak with Losrith. I know he's upset, but he's wrong about this tomb. The remains of Gaiden Shinji are inside, not Baloth Bloodtusk. The door to this tomb commemorates Gaiden Shinji's final duel. His image is identical to engravings from that period. There's no question it's him. He respected every opponent he challenged. That's reflected in the depiction of Baloth Bloodtusk, his final opponent. Yes, he's the orc opposite Shinji, which is why this can't be Baloth Bloodtusk's resting place. Though venerated by Hrothgar's orcs, Baloth was little more than an opportunist. Why would an orc mercenary's tomb honor the Redguard who murdered him? We don't know. The door won't open, so it's all theory. But I'll stake my reputation on this being Gaiden Shinji's tomb. I fear the King's people will be overzealous when they realize I'm right. They hold Gaiden Shinji responsible for Old Orsinium's destruction. When they see this is actually Shinji's tomb, at best Losrith will be banished for his find. At worst, Shinji's bones will be ground to powder, cooked into a pie, and served to the king. The indentations by the door are for burial urns, no doubt some sort of key. If you can open the tomb with the proper urns, I can safeguard Shinji's remains. There are catacombs nearby with similar stonework to this tomb, but they're crawling with Winterborn. Try there. Look for a monument stone of some kind. If you can find them in the catacombs, I'm certain the burial urns will open Gaiden Shinji's tomb. And avoid the Winterborn if you can help it. The greatest hero in an era of heroes. He's remembered for his skill with the blade, but his wisdom defined the future of the Redguard people. Shinji once wrote, "Honor wears the face of your final opponent." It's why Baloth Bloodtusk is connected to him.
longer will I need to search?
In addition to the King's letter, Lord Tristan wishes to convey
Sir,
his sincere condolences.
I am no knight. Call me savage as you would behind our backs.
I will not, sir. Treat all with honor until proven otherwise, as my Lord Tristan teaches.
Does your Lord Tristan think I'm above killing the messenger? Especially a message such as this.
I do not presume, sir. I deliver the message as my lord requests, and his condolences.
Well, presume yourself a bowl of stew before you run back to your lord. I'll not feed you to my cubs today.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oracle, we must speak.
I shall not speak while your master awaits. I refuse to give him any excuse.
Tomorrow the Sabbath. Tomorrow the savage sons march to kill 10,000 Bretons. Before we arrive, King Golkar will crap out another statue of Malakath to line Orsinium's halls. What's a siege without garish celebration? The king can preach Orc unity all he wants, but what he means is fealty. For us to bleed out in a dagger fight he started with the Bretons. Us join that losing battle. Not if he paid our weight in alien nose hash. Told him as much last month. It was. Until a few minutes ago. Another king, that Breton king, Joal, just sent me a letter. Told me my fool brother Rokog died to Breton forces at Orsinium. But then, he turned it into a job offer. Fight with me or the same will happen to you. Blah, blah, blah. You're too dumb to notice a subtle threat, so I'll throw it in your face. And now we march.
King Zhual wants to play at spilling blood. I'll carve him a river from here to Daggerfall. Arakal, you goat diddler. Get some food.
Baloth Bloodtusk has reinforced Orsinium. Our losses to his savage sons
should
were
call off the siege.
considerable.
Battle is unjust.
Shinji, Mercedine now commands us. The siege will not end.
Mercedine? The beast of the Reach is your general?
There's another way. Challenge Baloth to a duel. You could end the siege with a swing of your blade.
The orcs will never agree.
The orcs love Baloth more than their own king. He'll agree. His people have bled enough.
What would your king say? He appointed Mercedine.
King Zhual suggested this. He needs a victory and won't care who delivers it.
Then it shall be. The Order of Diagna will march to Orsinium. Tamal, come speak with me.
Your pardon, but I must confer with my lord, as it seems you must with yours.
You are Tamal, yes? My Knights of the Dragon have much respect for your order. But I won't detain you with flattery when you need to speak with your master. A pleasure, truly.
Do you see how King Zhual forces my hand? If I refuse to challenge Baloth Bloodtusk, the Breton king will demand Lord Tristan do so in my place. My obedience, or my friend's life. This is what kings call leadership. No. I do not slight Lord Tristan. He leads the Knights of the Dragon. His honor and skill with a blade are without question. But Baloth Bloodtusk will see that, and use Tristan's honor against him. The orcs claim him a warrior without equal. Of more importance, so do his opponents. Cunning, quick, and patient. He bides his time and then strikes. A style that adapts to his opponents. There are few left with skill to match my own. So the duel itself is an honor. After all, doesn't honor wear the face of your next opponent? Ha! You've spent too much time around me, Tamal.
I said this is the tomb of Gaiden Shinji.
Lozrith, what is this nonsense?
Shirella speaks for herself. This is the tomb of Baloth Bloodtusk. There is no question.
Well, I have a question. Has your partner lost her damn mind?
None of this will matter once we open the tomb.
At which point, Shirella will be proven wrong.
That I can trust my partner to back my findings? Yes, Lozrith is correct.
Orsinium did not send me to mediate a family quarrel. Figure out whose tomb this is, or I'll have the army drive you out.
Did you find the burial urns? Good. Better to open it with the king's advisor present. An official visit means he must record the tomb's contents, even if they have nothing to do with Baloth Bloodtusk. Connected? Well, yes, his duel with Gaiden Shinji, but that was their only connection. I don't understand. Perhaps Shinji defeated him as well. But we can reconcile this after we open the tomb.
I knew this would happen. It's all gone so wrong. The king's advisor arrived sooner than expected. Orsinium isn't usually so punctual. Have you found a way inside? Then by all means open it up. She'll see Gaiden Shinji has nothing to do with this tomb. Then we can salvage things with Orsinium. What do you mean? You what? Did you see him murder Baloth Bloodtusk? Or conspire with King Zhual to besiege old Orsinium? That's not what I've read. But we can discuss this after the tomb is open.
I'm here on behalf of the king. What are you doing here? Actually, I don't care. Stay out of my way and we're good.
It worked. Shirella, you were right.
Yes, Lozrith. I often am.
On a good day, perhaps. Let's continue this inside.
breath. Losrith, do you see this?
These monuments, millennia old, Redguard and Orc stonework, side by side.
Not just that. Order of Diagna and Savage Sons intermingled.
Orc stonework never presents enemies in equal standing.
It seems an impossible thing.
Yet we see it before us. There must be more answers within.
One is clearly Gaiden Shinji, but the other...
Baloth Bloodtusk, memorialized in stone.
This is their tomb. Both of them?
They were mortal enemies. How can this be?
There must be a reason. We should look around, learn how this was possible. Gaiden Shinji's body. It's not displayed as I'd expect it to be. Could it be that he was not Redguard? There are theories, of course. Could this be confirmation?
I'm in the same room as Baloth Bloodtusk and Gaiden Shinji, it seems. There must be an explanation.
Go on, then. Kill me. At least I took a few of you traitorous bastards down before the end. I saw them killing Knights of the Dragon. And you really don't know? Who are you? Lord Tristan? The one who devised the duel? It won't solve anything. The duel is a trap, but not because of your lord. General Mercedine plans to betray the Orcs, the Red Guards, everyone but the Bretons. How well do you know your own king? Joal isn't fighting for peace or for his people. He's here to conquer. When Orsinium falls, Hammerfell remains. But Gaiden Shinji would lead the defense, so best to kill him off before then. Find them. Warn them if you can. The things General Mercedine did when I was her captive. Call me a coward, but I can't go back there. When you find Baloth, tell him, your brother Rokog says you should eat ashes. He'll know I'm alive. To pull Shinji here, they needed Baloth. My death drew my brother in. Mercedine is cannier than she seems. She is the instrument your king chose to enact his plan, and she takes much pleasure in it. She's a vicious woman who revels in blood and death. Says it's in Malakath's name. King Joal's assassins kill Savage Sun and Diagnan alike. Look around. The proof of your king's treachery is before you. Mercedine received orders. They must have come from Joal. Find the orders for your proof. After you warn my brother. Just before the duel, Mercedine called for her personal forces, her Winterborn. They left and I escaped. Maybe they thought I didn't have the strength to run. Maybe they didn't care.
What fool said that? Myself. How long have we fought?
8 minutes. What do you say to that?
I shall reconsider the proper.
You'll have to defeat me to pass it on.
True enough. The best techniques are passed on by the survivors.
That's a good proverb.
No!
General Mercedine, what have you done?
A duel for a city? Pathetic. King Joy wanted victory, and today I deliver it.
Curse you, General Mercedine! To the depths of oblivion I curse you!
Fool! If you bear them so much love, fall and die beside them.
General Mercedine killed them both. She dishonored their duel. Dishonored the truce. My wounds. I cannot face General Mercedine like this. You must confront her in my place. I trust your skill, Commander. Quickly! She cannot escape!
threatened, dog!
To the side!
I've simply chosen where you die!
Stay your hand, young orc. Too much blood was spilled this day. Enough heroes lost.
Agreed. The duel. Did you see it? Was there a victor?
I saw a willow and a grot oak dancing in the wind. I thought their styles vastly different, until I realized...
Adhere to the style that defeats your opponent. People used to claim it was Shinji's proverb. Always made Baloth crack a smile. I swore I'd never thank a Breton. Not after what your king did to my home. But when I finally go to the Ashen Forge, I'll tell Malacath the tale of the dragon who slew the beast. That's all you get.
It is done? The Beast of the Reach. Is she dead? Good. The Knights of the Dragon will have no part in King Zhual's treachery. Come. We must collect the bodies. They deserve a better rest than this. It was a mistake to involve the Order in King Zhual's folly. I must atone for that. First, I will honor Shinji's wishes. I won't leave him here for the crows. Gaiden Shinji wished to be buried in the land where he fell, no matter where that might be. Fitting. He never called one place home for long. He also wished to honor his final opponent, whoever that may be. You'd be surprised. I could not miss what Shinji and Baloth tried to do. If his brother does not object, I will see them buried side by side. Today shall be remembered as the day honor came to rest.
Did you? What happened? I thought I was someplace else for a moment. Someone else. A Breton knight? Whoever built this place, they wanted us to know the truth. Baloth Bloodtusk and Gaiden Shinji tried to end the siege to stop the killing. The only betrayal was King Zhual's. It seems Shirella and I were both right. Patch things up with Shirella. We've worked together for years. I won't let this break us. But please don't tell her. It should really come from me. The king will know the truth. This is Baloth Bloodtusk's tomb, and altering any piece of it will mar his legend. The king won't dare touch Gaiden Shinji's remains, especially not once I write Sentinel with the news. Let the kings argue with each other if they must.
So Gaiden Shinji and Baloth Bloodtusk were pulled into a war neither wanted. They dueled to stop an endless siege. And they died betrayed by the plots of a Breton king? These are not the legends I was raised to believe. Every legend has some truth behind it. Perhaps this tomb will help us find the truth in Gaiden Shinji's legend. And Baloth Bloodtusk as well. He was different than I expected, but I suppose that's the point.
Well, I was wondering...
Yes? About what?
Now that we found Baloth Bloodtusk...
And Gaiden Shinji.
Yeah, of course, of course. Such a finding would take months to explore.
It could take years.
Years? Do you think? Yes, it could take years.
What are you saying, Losreth?
Could we, perhaps, well, that is, if you're interested, maybe...
Study this tomb together?
Yes, that is, if you're interested. Are you interested? You're not interested.
On one condition.
Yes? Name it.
Top listing in every journal.
But I thought we'd agreed on alphabetical.
Losreth, you still can't tell when I'm pulling your tusk?
Oh, so, we continue as we were?
Of course. You can't get rid of me that easily.
Oh, good. That's good.
The vengeful eye is yours. Wear it at your breast. Let it bathe in the spattering blood of your enemies. Feed it your wrath, your hatred, your vengeance, until someone stronger takes your place.
won't end the Order. Vigilance eternal!
Getting a good sniff of this place, eh?
I imagined Hrothgar would be like the desert at night, but I could not have imagined a cold such as this. Then the bandits gave their answer. Heartless dogs. They were knights once. When the Lion Guard marches, they'll receive an honorable death.
Sorry, grandfather. This has... My grandfather's cairn. He wanted it out in the field. Open to the sky. He loved this land. Wish his helm had been recovered. Feels incomplete. Custom to place the arms and armor on a fallen warrior's cairn. Grandfather fell not far from here. Managed to retrieve his body, but saw an ogre with his helm. Want to go back for it, but it's a big ogre. In Morkel descent, not too far. Saw it on the big one with the most dung smeared on him. Might be the chief. Grandfather used to stamp his name on his armor. Should say Korgrak inside. Grandfather's helm! Took it from that ogre's hands, huh? So you returned the helm and slew the creature that took his life. Huh. You did Korgrak a great honor. Here, we want you to have this. Walk in Malakath's shadow. Here, grandfather. Proper cairn to see you off. And your death avenged by a true warrior. May your soul be forged into Malakath's blade.
Trinimac blesses us all, even if we aren't all orcs. Then listen well, and I'll tell you about the greatness of Trinimac. His eyes see far and wide, and tremendous is his power. Everyone craves the truth of Trinimac, no matter their race or creed. Trinimac is a warrior god who stands for unity and civilization. Before Malakath was, Trinimac is. Who needs blood and fury when a true god grants us courage and lifts us on high? May Trinimac's light ignite the fire of your spirit. Your enemies will flee at the sight of his holy might!
Stretch your legs quicker. We'll be on the hunt soon.
Remember to check the lid. Oh.
You saved my life, traveler. I was in Dune the day of the attack. Thank you.
You made it! Excellent! You found me! I knew you could do it. Did you like the trail I left for you? It was easy. Hide, release an arrow, move forward, repeat. And I was able to stay hidden the whole way. Well, mostly. I did almost get caught that last time. Scared the leaves off my tree, if you catch my meaning. I dove down here to hide and wait for you to arrive. Worked a lot better in my head, truth be told. I found out that the stronghold contains a large prison of some sort, but I have no idea where they hid the thing. Nothing around here looks like a prison to me. Oh, I did hear something else while I was sorting my arrows and waiting for you. A couple of Vosh rocks were arguing. One of them stormed off toward the overlook. He sounded pretty upset with the cult. We might be able to get the prison's location out of him. Or, you know, he could alert the entire stronghold to our presence. The cultists talk a lot. We might be able to eavesdrop on them and hear something useful. Or we can search the buildings and hope for the best. Either way, let's split up. We can meet back up after one of us finds something. If you discover anything useful, meet me behind the Great Hall. And try not to raise any alarms. The longer we can keep the Vosh Rock from discovering our presence, the less likely they are to start slaughtering any prisoners. Now that you mention it, the Vosh Rock seem pretty well equipped for a deranged cult. I've seen armies that didn't have some of the equipment they're using. You think one of the alliances might be funding these extremists? Your side? Huh. As much as I crave adventure, I never grew accustomed to the taste of war. My clan refused to get involved. Besides, I never wanted to bow down to a high elf queen. What can I say? I come from stubborn stock.
What the? Who are... Hold on. I'm not like the rest of these cultists. They forced me into this. Said they were going to kill me unless I converted to their cause. You've got to believe me. Listen, I'm not like them. Look at me! Do I look like an orc to you? I was a prisoner. They forced me. Join or die, they said. Oh, gods. Why is this happening? I don't want to die. The prison? That's what we were arguing about. I said it isn't as secure as they think. Oh, sure, the main gate is impenetrable, but there are other ways to get in. They don't care. Who'd be dumb enough to jump into a prison, they said? It's below us. The prison is underground. The well leads directly to it, but it's pretty deep. I wouldn't recommend just jumping. Oh, gods. Please, don't kill me. I told you what I know. Let me go. Please. No!
Did you learn anything about the prison? I gathered some interesting information, but nothing that helps us at this exact moment. Underground? Like in a dungeon or something? I hope you don't expect me to grab a shovel and start digging. I don't do that sort of thing. Then this must be our lucky day. Not only have we avoided detection, but have found this rope in the barracks while I was looking around. It should be long enough to reach the bottom of the well. Follow me. I'll secure the rope and drop it into the well. Just be careful down there. Who knows what kind of monstrosities live at the bottom of an orc well? Come on, the well is this way. I'll hang back and look around up here a little more while you head into the prison. All right, the rope is secure. Good luck down there. Hope you find the prison and not some nasty sewer or something.
Interesting use of a rope. Remarkably convenient, too. I'm surprised nobody tried that before. You're not a prisoner. I know everyone they tossed down here, and you're definitely not with the Vashrock. All right, I give up. Who are you? Me? I'm no one. Just a humble engineer who built and maintained this prison. Before they tossed me into it, that is. I've been able to avoid the dangerous prisoners, at least so far. Lucky I literally know this place like the back of my hand. Well, I designed it, but most of the heavy lifting was done by the orcs of Clan Farin. The chief hired me, despite my obvious non-orcishness. He appreciated my expertise and sardonic sense of humor. But it was those Vashrock who imprisoned me. Well, not just me, they threw a lot of the clan members down here. And then the bastards, they opened the cages, let the actual prisoners loose. Some kind of sick game to them. But I never heard an alarm. You must be stealthy as a shadow. Well, this elixir might come in handy. There's a chamber you might come across. Fills with gas if the cell gates open accidentally. A fail-safe measure, you see. Drink this potion and the gas won't bother you. I always carry a vial, just in case. It tastes like barf, but works like magic. Oh, there's also a spike room. Amazing defense mechanism. Unless you're in the chamber when it activates. Remember that it resets if you don't turn the 3 valves fast enough. No, not if you want to make it through the prison. But there's a 4th valve hidden around the wall near the exit gate. Close that valve before the others, and the trap won't reset. Consider this a reward for not getting me killed.
at least...
You can do. My Hearth-mother hits harder than that, and she's dead. You? If I didn't know any better, I'd think you liked me. So Kurog's pet shows up again. Are you here to make sure I am still a prisoner? Or has he sent you to cut my throat? Come on, what are you waiting for? Just kill me and get it over with. Or don't you have the guts for that kind of work? Kurog sent you to kill the captured chief, but he didn't tell you it was me. How typical. Well, the damn cultists couldn't kill me, the prison escapees couldn't kill me, and neither can you. The Trinimac priestess. She's just like the idiots who attacked my stronghold and threw me down here. They released my prisoners and made a game out of letting them torture us. But the joke's on them. I'm still alive. What are you talking about? After I left Orsinium, I returned here just in time to watch the Voshrock overwhelm my stronghold. I've been a prisoner in my own dungeon ever since. Definitely didn't have time to do anything at the temple. That's nice. I have adoring admirers, but I had nothing to do with them or the temple. Now do you want to chat or do you want to get out of here? My arms hurt, so climbing up the well is right out. We need to find another exit. I do indeed. But the prison defenses are still active. That's going to make getting out of here a bit tricky. Lucky for you, I'm here. First, we need to get through the Chamber of Scorn, where we keep the most dangerous prisoners. Chamber's protected by poison gas. If we run into trouble, you'll have to deal with it, what with my injured arm and all. About them. Blasted engineers always making upgrades.
So just so you know, if we don't do this exactly right, we're both going to die. No pressure or anything, but I wanted you to know what we're dealing with here. I need to turn the manual override switches in the correct order to open the gate to the next chamber. But this is the Chamber of Scorn. It was designed to hold our most dangerous inmates, so it won't be that simple. As soon as I start the process, poison will begin filling the room, and those cell doors are going to swing open. I'll try to be quick, but with an injured arm, I can only work so fast. Just keep the prisoners away from me and stay out of the gas. You met Freelon. I knew they couldn't kill that damned Breton. The man is a genius. Glad you took his advice. That potion might save your life. You still need to keep the prisoners off my arse so I can open the gate, though. Once I turn this lever, there's no stopping, so get ready. Turning the first lever. Now! One down. I'll get the next one. Just keep those prisoners away from me. Complicated. One more lever to go. Done. Let's keep moving. Welcome to the Spike Room. I'd brag about the craftsmanship if we weren't trapped down here. See those valves on the wall? I need you to turn all 3 of them. Just watch out for the spikes. Well, not exactly. Those expensive engineers I hired built in override timers on the locks. If you don't close the valves fast enough, the trap resets. We built it to hamper escape attempts, remember? It's not supposed to be easy. Just watch out for those spikes. They're reinforced metal sharpened to razor points. They might be coated with poison. Depends on when the last maintenance tasks were performed. Get skewered by a couple of those spikes and it's so long, Hawker. Clever bastard. That must be the valve near the exit gate. If I'd known, I would have had it removed. Circumvention measures can lead to a breakdown of the entire prison system. But as long as it's there, we might as well take advantage of it. it out. Not bad. Just a little farther and we'll be out of here. Finally. It's good to breathe free air again. Just give me a moment to compose myself. I refuse to leave one prison just to enter another. If you plan to take me to Kurog, forget about it. I'd rather die here with my clan than have to see Kurog's gloating face again. Damn right you're not. Make a move and I'll cut you. Just a flick of my wrist and your guts will decorate the floor. Now tell me why Sogra sent you. What kind of game is Kurog playing this time? My arm is fine, but I couldn't get out of the prison on my own, so killing you down there wasn't an option. So I'll ask again. Why are you here? Why did Sogra send you to help me? Now I understand. Kurog wants to save face. Can't have a rival chief die at the hands of fanatics who worship the same god as our so-called king. Now I see where Kurog's priorities lie. Me. Help Kurog. Where was our so-called king when my clan was at the mercy of the Vashrak? Where was he when my people were dying or being forced to join this cult against their will? How many times do I have to tell you? I had nothing to do with that. You want to know the truth? Find Ulsha. I sent her away during the attack. She's camped outside Farum. She'll tell you everything you need to know.
Chief Bazrog, lower your weapon, please. I don't want to loose this arrow, but I will if you don't stand down.
Damn it, Wood Elf, fine! But you might as well put that arrow in my heart, because I won't let you turn me over to Kurog.
So now what? I've never taken an Orc Chief prisoner before. I guess we could take him to High Priestess Solgra. She did send us to save him, after all. I'm sure I can sneak him into the city, as long as he cooperates and doesn't do anything stupid or anything. All right then, we've got a plan. And it's a perfectly good plan. Really. Other than me trying to sneak the chief into a city where Kurog has eyes and ears everywhere. What was I thinking? And how are we going to convince the chief to come with me? Right. Sneak Balsrog into Orsinium and get him to Solgra. Easy as Boar-Knuckles pie. Why do I have a feeling this trip back is going to get complicated?
You can put the bow down, Elf. I'll go with you as long as you promise not to turn me over to Kurog.
Sorry, no. I'm keeping the bow. But I promise not to take you to Kurog.
Fine. Just watch where you're pointing that thing.
sorcerer!
Someone's coming this way, Usha!
Let them through. They're friends. It's good to see you again, though we seem destined to always meet during troubled times. First, the frozen peasants, and now this difficulty with the Vashrak. I try to remain optimistic, but sometimes I just want to scream. My husband lives. Truly, the man is favored by Malakath. I suppose I need to thank Solgra for sending help when I requested it. But where is he? Is the chief well? His shield wife, yes. Does that surprise you? All of the clan chiefs have strong and devoted partners. My husband has numerous wives, but when it comes to the safety of Farin, he turns to me. Now tell me, please, is Basrog all right? After the chief met with Kurog, we immediately set out for Farin. He was angry, but he refused to talk about it. We arrived to find our stronghold overrun by those Trinimac fanatics. The Vashrak fell upon us before we knew what was happening. What? Of course not. Chief Basrog would never put innocents in danger, not even if Kurog insulted his honor. Tell me who these imposters were so that I can deal with them in accordance with the curse and the code. Very well, but my chief is innocent. We must clear his name. I'll contact my sources and investigate from my end if you promise to do the same. Now where is Chief Basrog? Then I trust he will stay that way, or you will answer to me. Take this as a token of thanks for assisting the chief, and for your willingness to find the truth of the dark matters that plague Hrothgar. I'll contact you in Orsinium when I have news.
Hold, outsider! I bring a message from the king! King Kurog requests the honor of your presence, outsider. My beloved awaits your arrival at the keep, so do not linger. His dark mood is bad enough without you disappointing him as well. Of course I know what the king wants. He wants to see you, immediately. Do you have any other pointless questions you'd like me to answer for you? Ah, outsider, my apologies. The king's mood has set everyone on edge. You could literally cut the tension in the court with a knife, and I fear it will get worse before it gets better. Go, talk to the king. Perhaps you can raise his low spirits. Go! Have you no sense of urgency? My beloved's mood has already grown dark. Don't add to his anger as well, outsider. Why? Why does the sun rise and fall each day? Why do the spring rains eventually free us from winter's icy grip? The king is angry, and like any force of nature, he refuses to be denied. Well, yes! Of course something did. Go and speak to the king, outsider. I prefer you hear the news from his mouth instead of from mine.
Imagine the chaos? Sometimes I don't know what the king is thinking.
Have you ever looked at these statues? I mean, really looked at them. Legends carved into bronze or stone. The work of hundreds of hours, likely crafted by people who didn't know a thing about their subject matter. And for what purpose, do you think? And who decides who we honor and remember? The victors, of course, for they get to write the history. But there are two sides to every story. No one remembers the losers. They fought for what they believed in and failed, and so they are forgotten. To the vanquished, this isn't the statue of a hero. It's a tribute to a tyrant. Many see me in the same way, a tyrant, forcing my ideas upon the people. They say I'm wrong, that I'll destroy the Orsimer. They seek to turn everyone against me. I get reports, things my advisors think I need to know. One report claims that the Wood Elf is keeping company with Bosrog. When two of my scouts confronted her, she killed them both. I'm concerned that Bosrog has turned Eveli against us. Eveli aids my enemy. The Wood Elf has chosen the wrong side.
I worry that you might follow her example. But I have a moot to prepare for, and I've said what I had to say. When you see Evely, I expect you to do the right thing.
I'd rather be cracking heads.
Are you? Yes, I'm sure you are. I have a message for you. I thought that was you when I saw you enter the keep. You were in there so long, though, I was beginning to think you'd never come back out. It's scary, isn't it? Malacath this and Trinimac that, and all that talk about traitors in the court. Right. A little wood elf gave it to me. Described you to a turn and asked me to deliver this letter. Not sure why she was hiding under that hood, why she spoke with a funny accent. But I haven't met that many wood elves, so... As a matter of fact, although it didn't make a lick of sense to me, she said the letter itself wasn't important. She said that what really matters is the beginning of every thought. Maybe you'll understand it, because I certainly don't. Come to think of it, maybe the message is in some kind of code. Hey, maybe someone in the Mages Guild could help you decipher that. I mean, if you need any help, that is. Well, maybe, if there's actually a hidden message and it's not just some weird poem. I have a friend, sort of. Name's Kalina. She just arrived in the Mages Guild, and she's the smartest person I know. She could help you. Probably.
The orcs smell, the Nords are rude, and the Bretons... Gods, don't...
Morkel wares are now at the fort. Now I've seen people willing to spend. Do you not agree?
This weather. It's fit for orcs and Nords, of course, but it does terrible things to my skin. Ah, well. Life in the Mages Guild and all that, I suppose. Still, I continue to petition for a post in Mournhold. Maybe one day. A coded message? You mean as in spies and such? That's not something I'm usually asked about. Reagents, soul gems, spells. Those are my usual areas of expertise. Not sure I can be of much help in this, but perhaps I can offer a bit of advice. Coded messages, if that's what this is, tend to contain patterns. The message, or the poem in this case, usually doesn't mean anything as a whole. The real message is in the tiny snippets. Try looking at the words differently. Maybe that will help. A bribe? Oh, very well. I accept. But you didn't hear this from me. There's an outlaw den below the city. It's the best place to find all kinds of unsavory characters. If anyone can decipher your message, you'll find them there.
I'm rather busy right now.
Listen, this one is completely innocent. Do orcs all Khajiit look the same, yes? And I was not in the city earlier today. I was especially nowhere near the marketplace. This one is not the one you are looking for. Codes and languages. This one considers those to be her specialty. You have come to the correct person, my friend. Let me see the message. I will even give you a discount since I was not arrested today. Interesting, but extremely obvious. You really needed this one's help to decipher this? There are not even any mysterious symbols or complex patterns. It's so simple a sober Nord could figure it out. No offense intended. No. If this one simply blurts out the answer, then you will have learned nothing. Better to teach you to hunt than hand you a sandwich, yes? The beginning of each thought. Look at the first word of every sentence. Then all will become clear.
Damn moot. First the king invites outsiders, and now this? It's no wonder we don't have any rooms left to rent. Plenty to eat and drink downstairs, though, so feel free to go and bother the bartender. A wood elf and 2 orcs? Sounds like the beginning of a bad limerick. Sorry, we don't see that many of the little elves around here, so I really can't help you. My apologies. I couldn't reveal anything until you said the proper words. Take the stairs down into the storage area. Look for an opening in the wall. It leads to our most private set of rooms.
Walk into the Voshrock base? That's suicide!
We have to find out what the Voshrock have planned. If we wait for them to strike, it will be too late.
Whatever they're planning, it's going to happen soon. They just about told me as much when they threw me into my own prison.
Maybe we should have left you in there. For all we know, you deserve to be in prison.
Listen to me, Elf. I didn't attack anyone. I left Orsinium and they ambushed me.
I sent you to rescue the Chief Everlee. I wouldn't have done that if I believed he was guilty.
You lied to us, High Priestess. You knew who you were sending us to rescue the entire time. This feels like one giant trap, and we walked right into it.
Oh, you found us. I'm sorry that Everlee is upset, but I did what had to be done. Please, let's talk. I know you have questions, and you're probably just as angry with me as Everlee. But please, hear me out, I beg you. There are deadly plots unfolding, and we're all in terrible danger. I withheld certain details, yes, but I had good reasons. If cultists killed Basrag in Trinimak's name, it would have started a civil war. And if Kurog found out you were trying to rescue Basrag, you would never have been allowed to leave the city. Basrag's shield wife approached me after the Voshrock attacked Farron's stronghold. She knew the king would do nothing for those who didn't accept his rule. Chief Basrag was ambushed at the same time the temple was being attacked. Someone wanted to blame Basrag for the Malakath fanatics, while also removing the chief from the battlefield. It was a brilliant plan. Fortunately, you were able to foil it. And now, thanks to Basrag, we know what the Voshrock are planning next. The Voshrock want to make a statement, something big. Basrag thinks it involves the Moot, where all the chiefs will be gathered. We need more information. Someone needs to enter the old Trinimak temple to the west and learn more about their plans. I'll send scouts ahead, but you'll need to get inside and do whatever it takes to uncover the exact nature of their plan. Lives are at stake, remember that. Now please, talk to Everlee. We need her. You have to convince her to help us. You two have your orders. Scout the temple exterior. The others will join you shortly.
Finally! Something to do that doesn't involve a message.
I hate this situation. I really do. Being a hero, that's supposed to be pure and honest. Good is good and evil is evil, you know what I mean? But nothing here is clear-cut. I can't tell the good guys from the bad. I'm not even sure whose side I'm on anymore. When Basrag and I sneaked into the city, 2 guards got lucky and happened to be in the right place at the right time. They attacked. I just reacted and let my arrows fly. But I killed 2 guards who were just doing their job. They probably have loved ones, pets. I don't know if I can do this anymore. I knew you were going to say that. Still, I'm not sure I can get past Solgra's lies. She tricked us into helping Chief Basrag, and I'm still not sure about his role in all this. All right. You can count on me, but I'm doing this for you, not them. I can do that. Besides, it'll be nice to get out of a city. Try to forget about the price on my head for a while. All right, Let's do this. But be careful out there, will you? I can't afford to lose the only person I really trust. Entrance has to be somewhere in those hills.
It's certainly well hidden. If Basrag lied to us, then we're probably about to meet with horrible, horrible deaths.
I've got good news, disappointing news, and downright awful news. The good, Basrog's instructions were easy to follow. The disappointing, I have no idea how to find the entrance, and there's no way to get inside without being attacked once we do. I lost a bet with Talvia, and now I owe him a traditional Valenwood dinner. You know, the kind wood elves like to eat. I can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes what kind of meat he's eating. It'll be priceless. Yeah, I guess I just needed to get out of the city. I was seriously depressed when I wound up on the King's Most Wanted list. Thanks for pushing me. Infiltrating a cult is certainly better than hiding in a hole someplace. Well, with all the runners we spotted, we know we're in the right place. We just need to find a way to get inside without being noticed. You know, we might be able to do something with those higher-ranking cultists in the fancy masks. Well, a few of the masked cultists passed this way a little while ago. Then we heard a large commotion over there to the west. I can't be sure, mind you, but I think those Voshrock might have... Well, they could have walked into an... Talvia thinks... Well... He thinks that the group might have walked into an Achartair mating ritual. The sounds from the west, the screams. Ifri's bow, the noise was horrible. Then it got real quiet. I don't think it went well for the cultists. Just don't get too close to those Achartairs. I hear they become extremely violent when anything interrupts their frolicking. We'll look around on our own and meet you inside. Good luck!
You're late. The others have already gone inside. Get a move on. Another straggler? Trinamac looks poorly upon those with no sense of urgency. To the left. Go!
This illusion is so weird. It looks like I'm wearing robes, but I feel so unencumbered.
This is like the time I licked one of our great hists. I feel so exposed.
It's merely an illusion bound to the amulet. Nothing to be concerned about. I've seen these used at festivals and grand balls back home.
I wonder if they come in different colors. Looks like you found an amulet too. But tell me, was I right? Did the Achates get all frolicsome on those cultists? Wait a moment. Your amulet's cracked. You weren't supposed to break it, you know. Well, the illusion seems to be holding up, at least for now. Hopefully it won't fail at a particularly critical moment. Anyway, I think we should split up and cover more ground. That's the best way to find what we're looking for quickly. This place is enormous. Besides, you never put all your acorns in one basket. We need to find out what the Voshrak are up to, and fast. Flies and I will look around out here, while you and Tal see what the high-ranking cultists are meeting about. Good idea. And let's not take too long. Lives are depending on us. And speaking of lives, make sure Tal stays safe, will you? He isn't as experienced as we are. I'm afraid his wide-eyed enthusiasm is going to get him injured. Ha ha. Tease me all you want, but I know better now. Sort of. As long as you're here, though, I know you'll watch out for us. You're surprisingly good at that sort of thing. Stay safe. Flies and I will meet up with you later.
I guess we're really doing this, aren't we? All right. We can do this. We just sneak in, find out what we need to know, and get out. I mean, it's just a meeting. We have these amulets. We'll be fine, right? It's the whole reason I came to Hrothgar. To show that I can fight. To prove myself, to my family, to everyone. I'm more than just a scribe destined to spend his whole life behind a desk. This will show everyone what I'm capable of. Oh, that's where you're wrong, my friend. I come from a long line of warriors and mages, but most of my family considers me to be the tarnished fruit on the tree of golden pears. It's time for me to show them who I really am. I knew you'd understand. When your father is a royal mage, your mother is one of the Queen's Guard, and your sister almost single-handedly won the Battle of Sunken Spire, well, let's just say, I've got a lot to live up to. Now, let's go do this!
Trinimac, hear our prayer. Guide our weapons and alert us to all dangers. Grant us the courage to complete the trial you place before us.
That doesn't sound good. I thought we were just spying on a meeting.
You, the chosen of the Vashrak, have shown bravery against the Malakath heretics, even going so far as to invade the temple we love and But one challenge remains. A challenge to test you, to select the most worthy for our most important mission. Now choose a scroll and select a blessing to help you in your ordeal. Elder Azul will answer any questions you have. Now, in Trinimac's name, may you find great honor